Michigan Family Wellness, episode 22.
Here at Michigan Family Wellness, we believe chiropractic care and nutritional-based therapies are a foundational part of a healthy family lifestyle. No matter where you're at in the mitten, having a family is such an exciting time of life. So instead of feeling overwhelmed by stress, fatigue, and responsibilities with the kids, we invite you to become part of this empowering community to create happy, healthy families. By providing engaging interviews and practical applications, Dr. Wollner cultivates family health by equipping our listeners with the tools they need to elevate wellness in their own family. Dr. Wollner passionately serves the Michigan community at his chiropractic and nutrition-based practice, where he specializes in pregnancy, pediatrics, and family wellness care. And now, here's your host, Dr. Kyle Wollner.
Good day, Michigan families, and welcome to another empowering episode of Michigan Family Wellness. I am your host, Dr. Kyle, and today we have a special episode where I will be talking about the adverse health effects of body dysmorphia and the disconnect between what we see in terms of body types in the mainstream media and what people really look like. But before we jump into today's content, I want to let everyone know that there will be an exclusive PDF article at MichiganFamilyWellness.com that talks about the benefits and value of the Paleo Cleanse Plus 14-day detox program. My wife and I have personally done this detoxification protocol, and while I'm not just going to randomly and blindly prescribe this to any and all of my patients, it does present a scientific approach to phase 1 and phase 2 liver detox and helping our lymph and blood circulatory systems drain those toxins that accumulate over time, which can lead to excess weight gain and stubborn weight loss. Now again, don't just do any random cleanse or bone broth or detox program that you hear about on social media, Facebook, YouTube, the internet. You can send your body into a healing crisis if you do things at the wrong time, at the wrong level, in the wrong sequence, and basically go too hard too fast. It's like doing a new exercise program. You're not going to try and run 26.2 miles if you can't even run 1 or 2 miles. So you're going to hurt yourself long term if you try some of these things and you've been sick for a while and you don't have that guidance, that coaching that's necessary to get the results that you need. All right, with any further delay, let's jump into today's episode. In an age where there is a growing disconnect between the shapes and sizes of the majority of everyday people in real life and those of men and women whose physiques are advertised as some sort of ideal on television, online, and in print media, the issue of body dysmorphia is becoming more and more common. It's a rare individual who doesn't have something about their body they wish were different. But body dysmorphia is more than that. It involves chronic, unrelenting self-ridicule that may take over someone's thoughts to the extent that it interferes with work, socialization, and mental and physical health. Body dysmorphia, more formally called body dysmorphic disorder, is more than fretting over some post-pregnancy stretch marks, a few gray hairs, or a couple of pounds that have crept up around the midsection over the years. Body dysmorphia disorder is characterized by a self-perception that is detached from reality. Individuals may imagine flaws that are non-existent, or they may view very mild and extremely common faults in their appearance. Things other people don't even notice, as so disfiguring and aesthetically unpleasing that they take over the person's thoughts and interfere with everyday life. Put simply, individuals with body dysmorphia disorder see things that aren't there. They become obsessed with perceived shortcomings about their physical body, either completely imagining things or taking things that are there, blemishes perhaps, or scars, cellulite, or excess body fat, and blowing them out of all rational proportion. BDD may become so severe that the Mayo Clinic classifies it as, quote, a type of chronic mental illness. Indeed, BDD is recognized as a unique diagnosable condition in the DSM-4. Negative thoughts about one's appearance can become so pervasive and all-encompassing that they actually lead to more severe conditions, such as anxiety, eating disorders, substance abuse, and unnecessary and dangerous cosmetic procedures. According to the Anxiety and Depression Association of America, BDD most often develops in adolescents and teens, and research shows that it affects men and women almost equally. About 1% of the U.S. population has BDD. It may be surprising that these self-critical thoughts affect men and women nearly equally. It could be that the era of selfies and near fetishizing of tan, chiseled male forms rippling with muscles has begun to affect boys' and men's psyches the way decades of magazine covers featuring airbrushed and edited photos of perfectly proportioned female models have led some women to believe that their self-worth is determined solely by the size of their waist, hips, and breasts. The precise cause or triggers for BDD are unknown, but they may include negative life experiences that lead a lasting imprint such as childhood teasing, a baseline of low self-esteem, pressure to conform to societal standards of attractiveness, and having other psychiatric disorders such as anxiety or depression. Psychiatric comorbidities are common, and it may not be possible to tease out which are the causes and which are the effects. For example, social anxiety disorder and BDD are common comorbidities. It seems logical that BDD could cause social anxiety disorder, but one study suggests that BDD is a subset of social anxiety disorder. In a very small study at a Veterans Affairs primary care behavioral health clinic, BDD was found to be associated with a substantially elevated rate of suicide attempts, major depression, and obsessive-compulsive disorder. This trend also applies beyond veterans to the general population, where there is a noted high rate of comorbidity between BDD, depression, and suicide. Obsessive-compulsive disorder is a common comorbidity with BDD, but the two conditions have significant distinctions, and an individual may experience remission in one but not the other. Chiropractors and other healthcare professionals are in a unique position to help identify this problem in their patients. Obviously, most family doctors these days encounter patients who do have genuine physical signs of metabolic disturbance, such as abdominal obesity, skin tags, acanthosis nigrans, and more. But they may also come across men and women who exhibit some of the signs and symptoms of BDD, and these practitioners may be the only people in the patient's lives who recognize the issue and are willing to broach the subject. It's difficult to specify the signs to look for, but one red flag may be a patient who is at a healthy weight or possibly even underweight, yet is seeking advice for achieving an even lower body weight. Other things for practitioners to look out for include signs and symptoms of over-exercising, particularly when combined with under-eating, such as fatigue, adrenal dysregulation, anemia, and frequent illness or injury. Among women, specifically, if patients present with the female athlete triad, healthcare professionals may wish to investigate further to see if something psychological is at work beyond physically overtaxing the body. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the female triad, this is a syndrome which you often see in female athletes. So there's three parts. It's one, an eating disorder, so low energy availability, in combination with amenorrhea, so loss of the cycle, and then also osteoporosis, so a decrease in that bone mineral density. As for treatment strategies, cognitive behavioral therapy may be helpful, and serotonin reuptake inhibiting medication may also alleviate symptoms in the short term. But obviously, you do want to consider natural conservative chiropractic adjustments in combination with nutritional medicine as an alternative to pharmaceutical medications. Additionally, consider evaluating these patients for micronutrient deficiencies. Vitamin and mineral deficiencies are recognized as exacerbating other conditions involving unstable moods, anxiety, depression, poor stress tolerance, and a negative outlook. Some of the nutrients that may be of benefit include vitamin B12, B6, folate, omega-3 fats, zinc, and magnesium. In the practical applications component of today's podcast, I want to equip our listenership with 6 keys to healthy weight loss. You know, weight loss is such a big deal these days. It's such a fad. Things go in and out of style. We have the rush of New Year's resolutions with people to the gyms along the new year. But I really want to avail people to the knowledge that this has to become part of your lifestyle. Losing weight and keeping it off long term has to assimilate as to part of your regular routine. So here are 6 keys to healthy weight loss. Number 1, detox first. Many of the toxins in our bodies are stored in body fat. Research shows that when we lose fat, these toxins are released back into circulation and may cause negative symptoms, health problems, and may make it more difficult to lose weight. Therefore, a natural cleanse or detoxification program is essential for healthy weight loss. So again, don't just do any random detox. Work with a doctor like myself who knows what they're doing, who can test and evaluate and assess your need for your level of detox. When done properly, most people will experience increased energy levels, reduced cravings for sweets and other junk foods, and an overall feeling of enhanced wellness. Number 2, eliminate problem foods. Certain foods cause hormonal imbalances that drive overeating, food cravings, and inflammation, making it almost impossible to lose fat. Eliminating these foods can make all the difference in your ability to successfully lose fat and keep it off. Refined carbohydrates and sugar are some of the biggest problem foods, while gluten and dairy are also major offenders. If you eliminate these foods during the detox phase, it is best to continue to keep them out of your diet. You'll feel better, you'll have more energy, and you'll lose fat more easily. Number 3, never miss breakfast. Research shows that eating processed foods or processed or sugary foods for breakfast like muffins, bagels, pancakes, or even most breakfast cereals, which can lead you to overeat later on in the day. This may also wreak havoc on your blood sugar and sap your energy levels, causing you to crave sweets and making it almost impossible to stay on a weight loss program. Thus, it is vital to eat a quality breakfast every day and make sure it is high in protein and low in refined carbohydrates. Also, be sure to avoid processed foods and cereals. Number 4, eat real food 3 to 5 times daily. Processed foods act like sugar in the body, often providing excess calories that are quickly absorbed and more likely to be stored as fat. So eat minimally processed real food and follow these guidelines. Have small, frequent meals. These stabilize your blood sugar and really help out the adrenal glands. Consume protein with each meal. Eat quality carbohydrates, complex carbohydrates, brown rice, for example, not necessarily low carbohydrate foods. Consume quality oils, not low fat. Okay, so these good oils are like your coconut oil, your organic olive oil. My wife and I love to use avocado oil for our salad dressings and our cooking. Try a, quote, paleo-style diet consisting mainly of fish, grass-fed pasture-raised meats, eggs, vegetables, fruit, fungi, roots, and nuts. This diet excludes the most common problem foods such as grains, legumes, dairy products, potatoes, refined salt, refined sugar, and processed oils. And if you have any questions about your food sensitivities, this is something we can address as a patient at the Michigan Family Wellness Clinic. So we can do lots of muscle testing and laboratory testing to figure out exactly what food sensitivities you have and what foods you need to avoid. Number 5, use natural products to support quality nutrition intake. Here's the thing, guys. We can't get all the nutrients that our body needs from our food. Even if we eat organic, non-GMO, all those great kinds of foods, our soil is so deficient in mineral quality. Okay, so number 5 here, protein shakes are a great way to easily get quality nutrition quickly without a lot of calories. Have a protein shake to fill in at breakfast. Whenever you don't have time to eat right or after exercise to support muscle building and maintenance, other supplements can help kickstart your metabolism and help you burn fat. So again, when it comes to protein shakes, you really want to use the highest quality, most bioavailable protein on the market because So many of these protein powders, these protein shakes, have other ingredients which can wreck your metabolism and really have an adverse effect on your health. So ask myself, message me, send me an email. Let me know if you have questions about this, because I can equip you with even more information about the highest quality, most bioavailable protein on the market to not only increase your results from your exercise, but also increase your immune system. Number 6, exercise to boost your metabolism. Physical activity is essential if you want to lose weight and keep it off. I have patients ask me this all the time. There is no magic supplement. There is no one panacea out there. If I can help your body sleep well, get a good night's rest, or even take a nap during the day, okay, so that's number 1, sleep. And number 2, if you can have good movement patterns, if you can move your body and exercise, those 2 things alone, if that's all you do, that can have such a profound and significant effect on your body, your brain, your health, and your wellness for the rest of your life and extending into future generations. So again, physical activity is essential. It increases muscle metabolism, helps your body burn more calories even when you sleep. Exercise also helps eliminate toxins, which can cause you to become resistant to fat loss. And physical activity makes you look better and feel better too, especially in our context today talking about body dysmorphic disorder. Walking helps strengthen and tone the major muscle groups. Resistance exercise increases muscle, and muscle burns calories, so adding some resistance training to your program is recommended. Interval training is often considered to be the most effective exercise for overall health, fitness, and fat loss. I wanted to bring this condition to light on this episode of Michigan Family Wellness because so much of what I do as a chiropractor positively affects people with BDD, especially for those experiencing symptoms of anxiety and depression. Spinal adjustments are a form of body movement as perceived neurologically by the brain, and they profoundly and positively affect the central nervous system in ways that pharmaceutical medications cannot. Furthermore, any good cognitive behavioral therapist will advocate for body movement as a treatment approach for breaking the patterns of anxiety and depression. I can say this with confidence because my beloved wife is a Michigan State clinically licensed social worker who tells me this all the time and tells me how much significant impact it has on her clients. Not only that, but when you combine the benefits and value of spinal chiropractic adjustments with the powerful healing properties of herbal medicine, you can significantly improve the quality of life and, in most cases, completely restore a person from the grips of anxiety, depression, and in collaboration with a trained and licensed therapist, cases of body dysmorphic disorder. If you're already a patient at the office, then you're well aware that spinal chiropractic adjustments and nutritional therapies are the foundation of what we do here at Michigan Family Wellness. If you're resonating with this message today of resiliency and restoration as it relates to body dysmorphic disorder, I want to invite you to schedule a complimentary 20-minute phone consultation with myself, Dr. Kyle, and let's engage in a dialogue about what's been troubling you in terms of your health history or perhaps your current health frustrations. You can head on over to MichiganFamilyWellness.com and click the Schedule Your Appointment button to book your complimentary consultation. You can also send me a message on Facebook. Let's engage in that dialogue and start the journey of meeting your health targets. My passion and mission with this podcast and the Michigan Family Wellness Clinic is to help as many people as possible, whether it's by hearing my voice through this audio library of health and wellness, information and interviews, or through working with people face-to-face at the office. At the end of the day, it's all about this incredible community and providing alternative healing to the people in search of resiliency and restoration. I'd like to thank you for being part of today's podcast, and remember, we'll have a dedicated webpage with all the show notes at MichiganFamilyWellness.com. Also, you can expand those show notes on your mobile device and take advantage of those clickable links right now. And remember, we can do far more together than we could ever do apart. Coming to you from beautiful Southeast Michigan, I'm your host, Dr. Kyle, and this is Michigan Family Wellness.
Now that you've been equipped with the latest in family wellness solutions, we want to encourage you to apply these strategies right away. But the thing is, there's still so much to learn. Connect with Dr. Wallner's Chiropractic and Nutrition Office by going to MichiganFamilyWellness.com and click the newsletter sign-up button to join the informative and supportive community of chiropractic wellness. You will also receive as a gift from Dr. Wallner a copy of Michigan Family Wellness Solutions, an invaluable resource containing dynamic tools to elevate family health and vitality. Michigan Family Wellness wants to thank you for being part of today's podcast. Please subscribe to our podcast on iTunes and give us a 5-star rating and review.